Good morning. February the 13th, I believe. A few days of cold has got my dates thrown off. Not exactly accustomed to having a winter wonderland down south of I-10 in central Texas. It's a beautiful morning out here. I hope all the northern folks had plenty of backup sources of heating fuel in case your electricity went out. Thankfully ours did not. I guess we don't have any damaged power lines or anything from ice just yet. It's a little cool out. Little cool. 11 degrees now. It was 10 degrees at 3:30 a.m. Letting the dogs take a squat outside. Finally had to let them in when it dropped below 20. After spending parts of the last days making better shelter for them and for the rabbit, and moving his cage to the south side of the house for much better wind block. I'm concerned I didn't wrap up the drain valves on the freshwater holding tanks. So I hope they don't freeze and lose thousands of gallons of water. I do have something covering the top of them to keep the snow and ice from building up on them, but didn't manage to wrap them in the process of trying to take care of water lines and otherwise, and critters and such. Thankfully old mama cat here must have been hiding out underneath the house. I found her trail to the front porch and all the way to her food dish in the old dilapidated garage that I had put it in, because I thought that's where she was at to stay warm, like she had been days earlier. Is it time to fire up the old antique tractor and get to plowing? Yeah, I don't think so. That's built before there was cabs on much of anything. Back about 1949. They quit building those in Oliver 88 standards in about 1952. And the carburetor on that one's from 49, so you can pretty well guess the whole tractor was built about then. Got my old broken pressure tank or whatever that was covering where there's a hole above the drain line, so I don't fall into it with a tractor or truck. I don't see any tracks from wildlife out there this morning. Deer don't hardly cross this place. I've only seen them at night once. So when we tried to make a garden, we stuck it inside the yard so we wouldn't have to build a fence to protect the food from the deer. We got a nice sunrise coming up here, almost 7 a.m. Quite beautiful. Slow movement of the clouds, sunlight shining through the trees. Hope everybody's doing all right. I'm supposed to be taking my big truck to a shop and drop it off and get another truck inspected to be able to use it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be going to Seguin, and I surely probably won't be going to San Antonio, where I'm expected to drop it off. Already yesterday there was much less traffic nearby, and they were only rolling between 20 and 40 miles an hour on that icy pavement in the evening. This morning somebody cruised by about 30 in the few inches of snow. Some places I got it 1 inch deep, and others it's more like 4 inches deep. Haven't checked the rain cage, see if it caught something to get an idea what's going on. Our old cactus over there seems to be enjoying itself. The spineless cactus is further off from there in a little hollow in the ground. Maybe it's warm. Hope the water wells are doing good. We still have flowing water. I hope everybody else does. Has what they need. Obviously, the yahoos claiming 20 years ago there was going to be no snow by 2020 were sadly mistaken. A bunch of narratives just to charge carbon taxes and rob people blind and expect you to live off of resources that won't keep what you need going. We need to have wind, solar, and all other safe forms of energy providing for us. At the beginning of this grand solar minimum that started, I'm thinking we should have some warmer years for the next few again, but the few years after that, it might be regular to have snow this far south. I don't know what the Rio Grande Valley of Texas looks like, but I did hear they're supposed to have freezing weather. They may have gotten snow again like they did a few years ago. I drove through it down there, several inches on the highway, going slow all the way down after spending the night in the truck a bit further north, so I wouldn't be up here on ice. Look at these beautiful creations. Those things don't just occur. Let's all give thanks to Yahweh, Jehovah God, in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Lift your prayers up to Him in the name of His Son, all to our Heavenly Father. In the times to come, we're going to have to be right and faithful, because we're going to see major changes, and a whole lot of them we're not going to like, and some of them are going to be good. So may you all be blessed. Yahweh, Shalom, Jehovah God of peace. It's a peaceful morning.